He's still here.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Bitch, Grits, and Halfwits. I'm the Disaster Tour. I guess we're the Disaster Tour. This is the Disaster Tour. I'm PT, your Disaster Tour guide, and this is Bitch, Grits, and Halfwits. Welcome back to all of our wonderful players. We have Lulin Bolds. Oh, we need a question.
Oh.
I got it.
Get on it, Lyra.
Today's
I have it. I have it.
Okay.
Nope.
Oh,
I have it.
You have
All right.
I have
okay.
it. Yep.
All right.
But you
Okay.
have it. Because I have one, but it's not good. So yours is really good.
Oh, you needed me to ask it now.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
correct.
because we gotta.
Yes, that is how it goes generally.
God, you're
I
so
know it's been
good
a while.
You're so good at this.
I know.
Sure. Amateur
All right.
question asker.
If your character could make any robot animal, what robot animal would your character make?
Oh.
I accept this. First, we have Lulin Boldspeaker, the Minotaur Druidin
As
from
a friend or
Oldfast,
a foe?
played by... No, you don't get to
Why
know
would you
that.
pick-
I decide that.
Yeah.
I decide that. That's my decision. You just answer.
Okay.
First, we have
We
Lulin...
make it as a friend and then PT turns it into a foe.
Exactly.
Him try.
First, we have Lulin Boldspeaker, the Minotaur Druidin from Oldfast, played by...
Hi, it's me, Brambo. And I'm gonna respond with this answer because I have Magic the Gathering on the brain. It would be the Goose Mother, or also known as a Goose Hydra.
Okay, I don't have to make that an enemy. it's a goose. It's on site. Then we have Elliot Burning Oak, the half-elf blizzard from Zraya, played by...
It's me. I have entirely forgotten why I'm a blizzard.
Because
but
you're
I
a
am
blood hunter wizard.
Elliot. Well, that's weird.
Isaac just forgot he multi-classed her.
To be fair, I don't like to remember any of my mistakes. So, so you're gonna say, oh yeah, and Elliot would in fact own a swarm of robot bees.
Also, something that I can just make an enemy.
No, it is an enemy. Yes.
Yeah,
So
and
do they produce oil instead of honey?
They do, and you know what breathes them out
What?
and is also their hive? The mother goose robot.
Wait, why do they produce oil? Where are they getting the oil? There's no oil flowers.
No,
What?
they
No,
get
they
it from the
produce
things they
honey,
kill.
And they collect nectar, and they use pollen to pollinize the other plants. It's for a future where bees are extinct.
No,
Because
no,
I
I'm
the
gonna.
see.
military-industrial complex.
I'm determined.
Have a-
I'm determined that I'm going to turn all of these into some sort of horrible Voltron robot monster. So I've determined that the goose breathes out the bees to turn people into oil, so the goose can keep running. Next person, we have Lyra Dreamshadow, the Kalishtar wizard, played by.
Hello, I'm Rosie, when Rosie sees us on the internet, and I think if Lyra were to create a mechanical creature, I think she'd make like butterflies, and they'd be really cute, and like they would be lights, so that like basically like think like Christmas lights, but they're butterflies. That's what she would do.
Cute.
I don't think I can make that evil. That's just
Fairy
that's
lights.
difficult. I have a feeling I know what Nusens is gonna be, but next we have Nusen Worldwalker, the Minotaur Sorbarian from Oldfast, played by
I'll give you one guess.
Manatee.
Yep, it's Manatee.
I was thinking about that. I'm like, that's gonna be a hard one to make into an enemy too.
No.
What are you talking about? It's a manatee. They're massive, and they just walk all over you. You perish. Enemy.
Do you think they do a lot of walking?
This one
They got like the arms. They do some flopping at least. Surely manatees could come on land. Let me check.
I don't think so.
They
I
do
think
not.
they are entirely aquatic.
I think they're like whales, where like they would be crushed under their own weight.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And relatable.
And last we have Karaka Reem, the Furbolg sorcerer from Elenia, played by.
It's Treminian Link VT, and the robot animal that Karak would love to see exist, because there's no way that they're making one of those with their intelligence, I'm not gonna lie, we're gonna go with a tortoise because they have lived a hell of a long time and they are very protected. And you know what? That if that doesn't describe Karak, I don't know what does.
You know, that's so fair.
All right. Well,
Cow.
at last we left off. Last episode is on YouTube for anybody who didn't realize that or hasn't watched it. It's okay. You didn't have a chance to. It went live on YouTube 20 minutes before I went live on Twitch.
I thought
So
we were not bringing that up.
Oh
I
my
thought we were
god,
not bringing-
PT!
Literally broke your
no,
own
I'll
fucking
just tell them. They deserve to know.
PT, you recorded that a month ago.
And then I moved.
What happened?
You know, that's fair. That's valid.
The
Moving is
holidays
a stressful
happen.
time.
The holidays and then job hunting and then getting ready to move.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I'm in Colorado now. The weed here hits different. Anyways.
Oh lord.
Yo.
Anyways, last time on Bits, Crits, and Halfwits, they... Oh, damn, I don't know what happened in the last episode chat saw.
Yeah.
I think the last
You
thing
better
that
remember
happened...
hard.
I think the last thing that happened in that one was Elliot returned from stabbing Roran.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Back.
last episode... you took the advice of the mysterious man that Elliot encountered at the top of the mountains, and you went back to Rook's Rest, where they found a tree bearing a slot that could fit the coin that Newton had been given in the barrows early on in the campaign. Upon going through the tree, they found themselves in kind of the circus, a piece of the hedge that they found out was inside the trees and where people were beginning to essentially gather to be safe from the end of the world. But they also found out that it might have been a target, and where we left off, our wonderful players were deciding what they were going to do about that. Did I miss anything? I think I got it all.
Sounds about right. Oh, also, time isn't moving outside of like the sun. We waited for the sunrise, and the sun has not risen. I
Yeah,
think that's a
time
very-
doesn't move in here.
Not just in here, like over when we were at the other place.
Yeah,
Just the
well-
whole world.
yeah. There's some weird stuff going on.
Yeah.
All right, but Hunters of Hope, it is to you.
I believe the last roll was me failing a Arcana check.
Ah, yes, to commune with the trees.
Yes.
Mhm.
Lulin, as you lean down, well, how are you? Walk me through what you do, how you connect to these roots.
I think Lulin would just, sit, crisscross applesauce. Just expand his druidic magic, so like mystical and ethereal vines and roots, trying to connect to the physical ones, and trying to meditate and connect.
Only a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage.
Hell yeah. Wisdom saving throw disadvantage.
A 15.
Well,
All right. As all of you watch, Lulin reaches down and touches this exposed bit of root as his eyes fill with this bright green light, and his whole body goes stiff. Like, you see all of his muscles tense. And then he's just kind of stuck that way. I'll message you what you see, Lulin.
Okay. Because I believe that was the actual cliffhanger.
It was. What you
And
saw?
that lasted a lifetime.
yep, a whole month.
Listen,
Well, it
that's
depends.
that's.
Are you a insectoid? Or is it a whole month?
Were you about to
Well, if that's the
say that's
cliffhanger, I'm not
child's
gonna
play,
I'm not gonna
Rosie?
I was
message
gonna say that's child's play.
Lulin as
I knew it.
as you touch this root, you kind of feel your consciousness kind of drift into it and just rapidly expand. But something about the power in the trees is different, almost like they're supercharged. As you see the trees, but you feel like you're seeing them at every stage of their growth. And you realize as you're, well, you rolled a... Okay, roll me another wisdom saving throw, just normal. To try and navigate this.
15 again.
15 again, alright. Would you like to follow the roots to the beginning or follow the roots to the end?
Roots to tree or roots to nothing?
I think Lulin would go towards the end. Yeah.
But wait, what does that mean? Which direction is that? Sorry,
Into
I'm being...
into the future.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
As you kind of follow the path, you almost feel yourself as if you're growing as a part of the trees, as you feel the rustle of the wind and the shifting of the wind and the sun on the leaves and just these thousands of little sensations. And then suddenly everything freezes as the sky is red and it seems like there's a wide ripped gash across the sky. And Nuzin, you described what you saw to them, so Lulin would likely recognize this. Or did you described the sky in your vision, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Lulin, you recognize this. But the last thing you feel before you're shunted out of this is you see a flash in the distance. You feel a surge of power and feel the root system begin to collapse as you stumble back. And go ahead and roll me 10d10.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Jesus.
Oh my.
56.
You are going to take that much psychic damage. As you lose bits and pieces of your memories as you kind of pull back into your body out of this collapsing network. To the rest of you, Lulin's eyes come back green, and then you just see they kind of like gasp deeply, and you see that there's just blood running from their eyes and their ears.
Uh-oh.
What were you,
Bad,
Caleb?
bad tree interaction?
I
Does it not like you?
no. There's so much power. I witnessed the tree from its very seedling at the very beginning to the vision that you were describing, Nuzin. I went forward and I witnessed the scarring of that event, and there was a blast of this white greenish light, and there was so much. It was like it was collapsing. It was breaking. I don't know, but there's so much power there.
Okay.
I saw the red sky that you described.
Well, it doesn't bode well for us.
No, I'd say not.
At least we know at least some part of your vision is truth.
If anything, we know at least the setting.
Lulin, do you want to roll
if
me
you
a
have to
history
see the
check
end
at
of the world.
disadvantage to see if you can figure out anything? If you roll me a history check at disadvantage, and I'll let you ask me questions about it. You can try and remember. All right. You get 2 questions. I will not give you forthright answers.
Yeah, no, that's perfectly fine. What would be the first and last thing whenever the red skies was mentioned? So the question one is
like
what would be
what
the first
happened
thing-
right before it started and what happened right before the end?
What happened at the beginning and what happened at the end?
Of the red skies?
Yes. Because I feel like those 2 things would be pertinent in the memory, because
Okay.
we could all assume at least what the hell is going to go on in the middle is bad.
The last thing you saw before the red skies was a group heading up the steps of the palace towards the Echo Gardens.
Okay. Bless you.
The last thing you saw before the red ended was that same group leaving the palace in the direction towards the direction that the flash would eventually come from.
They're before the skies happened. Going up to the palace, a group of us, a group of people going up to the garden, the Echo Garden, and the last thing I remember was the same group leaving as that white bright flash I described earlier.
Okay.
All right, one more question.
No, that was.
Oh, the
2
beginning and the
questions.
end? I counted that
yeah,
as one
what was-
question. You can do one more if
okay.
you want to.
Uh,
Not gatekeeping information. Only
Why
to
not?
only to Newsen.
Oh. I agree. Newsen should be bullied.
I can't believe this. I try to be helpful, and I'm getting bullied.
You hate Newton. You hate them. You kick them like football.
Mm-hmm.
what
It is my
was-
dream to kick Newsen like football.
No.
What was this? Ooh, how do I want to word this? What was the health state of the world trees look like?
When?
I'm leaving that up to you. That wasn't part of my question.
Perfectly fine, right up until the point they weren't.
Cool.
You know?
But it was fast.
Yeah.
Like, it collapsed fast.
Okay. I don't mean to bring up bad memories, but when we witnessed the world tree fall,
Stumpville.
and yeah, think
I hate that. Thanks. Appreciate it.
think
Now you're just bullying.
I'm sorry, I thought of that on the hike.
That was good.
that was really good. When
Good little bit of outside time. Always good for the D&D.
yeah,
For the creative brain.
Continue.
when we witnessed the world tree, falling, that was happening around the time of that bright light, except probably maybe 5 times faster. They went down so fast.
So, to describe a little bit more what it felt like, just because, you were there, from the point of this flash, the roots themselves began to disintegrate outwards, taking everything with them.
Fun.
Yeah. I just wanted to give you an accurate picture to give your friends.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Because Lilith's, lovely 10 intelligent mind wouldn't say those words, as he's currently dealing with an aneurysm.
Like
Also,
it's like half an aneurysm.
I gotta ask,
It's
like
half
how,
an aneurysm.
It's like a lobotomy at worst.
like how, not like how healthy, but like how does Lulin look after like this?
Well, he's bleeding out of his
Relaying
eyes
this
and ears.
Okay,
Yeah,
I wanted to
it's
double
like-
check. Karak, like while you're explaining to everybody, is pulling out some of the potions that you and him saw fall out of the sky, and it's just like, here you go.
Yeah, as
Please?
Lulu's talking, there's like blood coming out of his nose, like a small like tear duct of blood coming out as he's like a couple of tears and like blood pouring like coming out of his ears. Not phased. He's just dead set on giving the information. That's a problem for later. So
Mhm.
once he finally catches his breath and stops talking, he's just gonna say, "Thanks, Karak."
You can't be the only one patching everyone up, right? Okay,
I needed
also,
I
how-
needed that a while ago. And I'm just gonna down the potion.
Yeah. How many potions? Because I got 23.
Just a couple.
Listen, me and Lulin halved that, and I they get to use their potions however they see fit.
Did we half it like 50-50?
I believe so.
Okay, because I have 20.
Okay, I'm not sure how I have 23. Then I'm going to.
Well, I've
put
hurt
mine down to
Lulin more
20.
than I've hurt you.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's valid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would
Okay,
you
I'll take-
like me to even you out? You can touch the tree
Yeah.
too.
Do it.
Oh.
Touch the tree.
Yeah.
Can I?
Do it.
I
Do
need to decide whether Karak thinks that enough information has been gained, so I'm gonna roll a d4. Odds are I trust that Lulin got everything that they did, and evens is I'm gonna take a look. Not because I don't trust you, but because multiple stuff. Oh, that's even. Karak just like is looking at Lulin and back to the tree, and then back at Lulin and back to the tree, and kind of just like pats it, and kind of is just like maybe there's something we missed because that didn't seem like a lot.
Roll an Arcana check.
Arcana
At
check.
disadvantage, because I don't think you've ever done
Yeah.
this before.
Yeah, just because you planted a world tree does not mean that you know how to interact with one.
Sure, that thing grew itself.
Yeah. Here we are, and you said disadvantage.
Yep.
All right. That's a flat 10.
Oof, the other one was a nat 20. That's so unfortunate.
Yeah.
Karak, you do not manage to interact with the world tree.
How many potions are you giving me?
As many as you'll take.
Hit me with 4.
All right. 1.
Remember, if you're drinking potions as an action, you just get the full healing from them. So you can just
Yeah.
do the math.
Okay, cool. Then I can just get rid of 4, and you can take the full heal.
8, 10. So that's 40. Yeah, that's sweet. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll take 4.
Wonderful.
News and Lyra, what are you two doing? Well, all this is ongoing.
Watching? I don't know if I have a lot to
Yeah.
Contribute
add
here?
in.
Okay.
Newson had her own, like, has given her information and is kind of, like, absorbing and processing. As
Yeah.
is Sky.
I'm just gonna have to do this a couple times because otherwise it won't subtract from my thing.
Elliot,
Oh, you
what's
gotta love
going on?
that.
Elliot, what's going on in your head?
I think that Lyra's just like thinking like, wow, why didn't I buy any healing potions?
How did Karak,
How do I keep
how
forgetting
did
to buy
Karak get
potions?
money to buy healing potions?
True.
Like,
Can you not just
literally,
edit your
where?
health? Oh my god, my character sheet is different. Guys, I have an actual excuse now. How
No.
does this work?
Um,
I don't know,
There's
but you
a-
can no longer just click on your character token, and I hate that. So,
I just double clicked on mine and it worked.
well, yeah, you can get the sheet open, but we don't have the little quick hotbar anymore.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll work on
Yeah.
figuring out which one it was and getting it reinstalled, but we updated by like 3 versions in one go. I almost broke everything. It was really bad.
Mhm.
It was
Scary
an
moment.
event. It was
I
an event.
lost the entirety of the West Marches notes.
Mhm.
It's fine. Who needs notes about your world and the lore and what's gone on?
I
That's just
recovered them
silly.
because I had a backup,
Yeah.
because I am not a dumb
Do you
man.
not just have a flam notes? I don't understand.
Yeah.
did you know that almost got deleted?
Oh my
That
god.
would've
It
been
was deleted
hilarious.
for a period of time. Do you
With
remember
the
that?
Google cleanup?
It was so,
Yeah.
It was so scary.
All right.
Yeah,
Classic.
that was the scariest thing that's ever happened to me.
And so, Elliot,
Um,
what's going on in your head right now as you hear all this?
I think that the party would definitely notice that he is being more contemplative right now. Like he is thinking about something. He's not said anything, but he's thinking about something right now.
What you thinking about?
Why don't you just pop in on him and check?
Yeah,
Invade.
Laura's asking.
Bet? Are you
You
gonna
can't just say Elliot's looking contemplative. That's I asked. I did.
wait? No, well, PT recommended that you pop into my brain, and you were like, bet. So the question is, bet?
Oh. No, I'm not gonna pop into your brain. I'm just asking. I'm like Penny for your thoughts.
Well,
Except
we
for
have a
I'm
long
broke
history.
and don't have any money, so
You don't have any money? Here, have a gold.
You poor person. God.
That's the most elf shit right there.
Yep.
You spent
Literally.
1,000 years studying
I
and
know,
you didn't put
I
away
know.
any money for interest.
That's true.
You didn't start like an investment account with all that time you had.
Unbelievable. Oh my god.
That's where you
Anyway,
give-
sorry.
Never.
Yeah, I have a gold, but I'm trying to figure
Oh, thanks.
like what how does this end?
Well, hopefully not in like the way not in like the end of the world way.
Mhm.
Well,
What do you mean?
okay, let's say we save the world.
Okay.
How long until it all
Good
happens again?
Start.
That's a little pessimistic.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at it.
Yeah, and I mean like if we succeed, I'm sure there'll be another ragtag group of idiots or whatever that,
Oh yeah. I
like
mean,
just because like we
it only
if
took
we
what,
save the world
8
once, I'm sure
times
someone else
for
would do
time
it
to be
later.
restarted to find someone like us? It's not like we just rolled
Well,
around on the
maybe-
first chance, did it?
Maybe we gotta like train up some apprentices or something.
Ah, yeah, let's train up some people on how to use magic in a very dangerous way. That wouldn't bring on the end of time. Right? Like, do you see what I mean?
Well, I just feel like we're looking a little too far ahead here. Like, certainly we should do step 1 of this thing first. Right?
And
Yes.
I guess my point is, can't we solve both problems with one step?
step are you suggesting?
Yeah, that's
I don't know. What do you mean?
What if?
I just gave you a couple of
I-
options. We didn't like them, so.
Well, yeah, but if we, sorry, you've showed pessimism to this idea before, but hear me out. What if we got rid of magic altogether? What if we cut it off at the source?
But that'd be like destroying like an integral part of the world. Like you have no idea what the consequences of that would be.
I mean, yes, but in exchange to prevent this again,
Imagine
over and over again.
all the. But, I mean, we don't know that it's gonna happen. And I mean, imagine the millions of people that couldn't, like, with injuries that suddenly couldn't be healed like they could before. Like that's a serious.
I mean, the Minotaurs have gotten along just fine healing wounds without magic for years, centuries.
There are wounds that only magic can heal.
Yes. And there are
Are those
wounds that only magic causes.
Mhm.
How do the others feel about this?
I mean, you're not wrong that, like, we got along pretty well without magic for a long time. I mean, there's always some. I mean, magic is kind of inherent to the world, so there's some, like, natural magic, I guess. Like, a lot of the Furbolgs are kind of inclined to, like, druidic, magics, I guess, since they, handled a lot of the farming and stuff, but I don't know. It seems like a big leap to just. And
maybe not all magic. Maybe just the logical kind that we carry as wizards and others. There are more natural magics that we could perhaps leave unaffected. I mean, look at the pillars of magic.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we could turn away just one or two.
Maybe. I mean,
would that
we
not
don't.
be in its own right a power imbalance?
Perhaps.
Being able to deal with something that is thought out and logical, using something that's wild and unpredictable. I feel like getting rid of one might embolden the other two and not have the effect that you're thinking of.
I also don't know if, like, I mean, gods are the problem here, which I'm feeling very conflicted about saying because, that was, like, the thing that we were told to do originally. It was, like, not like gods, and then we were, like, kind of okay with gods. Now we're back against gods, and I mean, but in the end, like, the repetition of destroying and recreating the world is inherently a god issue. But I don't know if just, like, removing magic removes gods, because gods get their power from people who believe in them, and whether or not you have magic in the world, people may still believe in higher powers.
Yes, but I think it's less that the belief
That
gives
part
them
of it.
magic and more that the belief channels existing magic to them.
Maybe. I honestly don't know exactly how it functions. Like,
I mean, Karak, what
Could I
do you
roll
have some more?
insight in regards to
You can roll
that
me
idea,
insight
that
or
belief?
religion.
All right. I keep going for the bar and it's not there.
wherefore art thou, Bar? We miss you.
Am I the only one
Nice.
that
Karak,
Good
didn't use the
roll.
bar?
You can kind of think of a god like an incredibly well-charged battery for magic.
Mm-hmm.
That battery, either at will or randomly, discharges what gods call miracles, magical power.
Mm-hmm.
But the magic that is channeled into gods is the magic that is then inherent to their domain. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the power of a god can actually directly influence the power of what they hold domain over. So, fire had more power when Umbreon was being worshipped. Does that kind of make sense?
So belief simply emboldens the domain and not the magic itself.
No, it emboldens the god. But essentially, belief is channeled through a god into a domain. The god's like a battery holding all that power.
Mm-hmm.
The domain just drains off it slowly. So you...
Gods are they are the embodiments of different aspects of their domains, and that domain can become more powerful if its belief is more believed in. It is something that its power is more prayed to and such. And so when it comes down to it, they are simply a storage place for that existing magic. In a way. Am I describing this right? I don't know enough about
Yeah.
magical. Karak is not a wizard. They are not good with magic theory.
Hey, I mean, you're doing better than I could, I think. I just kind of do the stuff. I don't really think about how it's done, you know?
I would just worry that by completely destroying one of these pillars, and thus any domains that might draw power from it, that the others would become more powerful and thus more destructive. If anything, having 3 of these pillars of magic, at least in my opinion, would seem it feels like an all or nothing sort of thing. Either you have all of them and they're vying for and they keep each other in check and in balance, because I don't know, or you don't have any.
Sure.
Well,
I mean,
then I guess
if
Elliot's
they could
right.
keep them all in balance.
Yes. And
Like, if you have all of them, even if they stayed balanced, I guess.
I mean, it does seem like if we were trying to put an end to the cycle, suppressing it all would be the way to do it. I think it's kind of an extreme jump, but
some of the best and the worst things in my life were at the hands of magic, or at least I would not, that want for power, that want for recognition, that shortcut sort of thing that I used to be, led to me progressively getting worse and worse, and until eventually there was nothing left, and it was just me alone. But also, it's that same magic that allowed me all to meet you all. It allowed me to become who I am now, and hopefully will lead to me being someone that I can actually recognize for once as me. I don't know what the right answer is, but whatever the I think whatever answer we all choose together should be, I don't want to say unanimous, but I think we should all be in agreement of doing one decision or the other. We can't vote. We can't vote and have it be majority. It doesn't seem right. Right?
yeah. I mean,
Honestly,
I
if we
will.
could ask more people, I would, but I feel like that would only complicate matters.
Well, and we're in a situation at this point where the more people know our plan, the more likely we are to be thwarted.
Exactly.
I personally, while I enjoy the conveniences of magic and it certainly makes me, you know, more efficient, it's not something that I have to have, but I also haven't dedicated my life to it, so, you know. But I mean, I have to agree with you, Karak, in that a lot of the really horrible shit that I've been through has been largely made worse because of magic users. My time in the Red Pits was almost entirely magical torture, so, you know, I can't say that, and I don't disagree with Elliot that, like, cutting the problem off at the source is not, like, a bad choice, but it is kind of a large choice to make on behalf of the world, you know?
May I interject?
Yeah, go for it.
Course.
Think about all the battles that we've done. You know, Elliot, Lyra, both of your guys' magic is both offensive and defensive. You know, especially yours, Elliot. You possess such incredible defensive magic, and Lyra, you possess great offensive magic, while me and Karax tend to support everybody else. Without these things, I certainly wouldn't be alive.
I definitely wouldn't be.
And I don't know much about the inner workings, but what about the Warforged? Aren't their souls bound by magic to the bodies? Is that how that works? Would we separate them from this choice?
I don't know exactly, but I
I
believe
don't.
if we stopped new magic from entering this plane, it would prevent the creation of new Warforged. But should the Warforged avoid magically depleted areas, they would be able to exist.
So what if instead of destroying the pillars of magic, what if we just stop them from evolving? Just
Evolving?
free. Yeah, magic is ever growing. We magic is learned and new things are being created and discovered. If we just freeze it here, like these sanctuaries, if we just freeze them, there would be no progression. It would just be what everything is learned. There's no furtherance. We already know what everybody's capable of. We know that villages strive and can thrive off of harvests and quick medicine and things not needing surgeries, or without the help of airships we could travel continents.
And so I don't understand what you're proposing. Would you clarify?
If what if your proposition was to bring down the pillars, correct?
Well, to stop the flow of magic into this world, yeah.
But what if we just don't allow them to go farther? What if we just put a ceiling on it.
How would we do that?
I,
How
you
would
know,
we prevent them from developing?
I don't think that we're gonna be able to force the pillars to do anything. My little spirit guy, um, was saying that they can be bargained with. The pillars can be bargained with, but I don't think we'll be able to destroy them or stop them from doing anything. I think we'll need to give up some. Like we'll need to
By all means,
like
I
we'll need. Which do we really want to? Like this is good. We're change. This would mean changing the world. It would have a steep cost. I just
I don't know how we would.
can't our job be saving the world this time and not, do we have to sacrifice more?
What's the point in saving it now if we know that later it will be just as broken?
Generations and generations of people would live and be happy.
Elliot,
How many
what's the point of tilling a
generations?
field if you know you'll have to do it again next year? What's the point? What's the point of making relationships with people if you know that they're going to have to leave one day? What's the point of it?
If you till a field, you have first prepared the land, pulled the stones, irrigated with water. These are the things I'm talking about. You don't till a field until first you've made sure it's fruitful land.
Yes, and land can be made fruitful or made barren, and it is our job as the tillers of this field to continue to maintain and upkeep it. And yes, it is a foolish effort. It is a vain effort. But one way or another, we do it because that is what we were built to do. We were built to improve and do our best to. We do things that may seem illogical, that may just end with it going back to this wild or overly grown or barren or overly barren state. But it's our job as people to manage that balance. I would think that you would understand this. That we do things that might hurt or might not exactly. I'm sorry, I'm trying.
You're
I
okay. I understand that it feels better to solve the immediate problem. But if you don't treat an underlying cause,
What if the cause
it
is
just
something that you
feels
can't?
trivial.
Festers.
What if it's not an underlying cause that you can treat? What if it's just a natural part of the world that you have to deal with? What if you can't change someone or something? You either deal with it, learn to live with it, or you leave it behind.
And
Those are the two options. And trying to
so
decide whether something is worthwhile when it's trying to decide whether something is worthwhile because it will go back to some other state eventually is just avoiding the question entirely. And it just feels pessimistic and not realistic.
yes, I agree that it seems pessimistic. But honestly, finding the will to go forward with this, what we will have to give up, and let's not kid ourselves, it will be just about everything.
Mm-hmm.
There has to be a purpose. It has to be for something. But we can talk about this more later. I think I've probably pestered you here enough.
No.
It's a conversation that needs to be had. I mean,
Yeah,
at this
we
point, we
can't
don't
sit
have a
on
lot
each
of
other
time
forever.
to have more conversations like this.
It's not often we get
Oh.
to sit down and talk.
Yeah. Elliot, one of the first conversations that you ever had with me when I was still getting my bearings with this group, when I didn't know what was going on at all, one of those first discussions was about Velkin and Rorin and ultimate evil and what exactly that entails. You told me that when ultimate evil exists, it is our duty to eradicate it. That ultimate evil, by necessity, it does not matter the cost to eradicate it. The ultimate evil would require the ultimate sacrifice. Do you still believe that, or has that changed within the past month or so?
I truly believe that the unjust don't deserve to be hurt. They deserve to be protected. And that is why I would do something as extreme as removing my life's work. Because, yes, everything I know is magic. Without it, I am a half elf, which I guess technically now is royalty, but, you know, that's a new development I'm still getting used to.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to recognize the flaws. You know, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it was easier to say that we take care of this threat and everything's okay. Everything will just be peaceful and our civilizations can live in harmony, but I just don't think that's a possibility. And I don't know. Magic just gives this unfair power to people. The power for the elves, for relatively few elves, to decide to destroy an entire other nation.
Mm-hmm.
The power for a relatively narrow set of people to empower the gods. The power for a couple of gods to influence the entire plane.
Yeah.
And if we could maybe find a way just to remove the gods, that would be enough, I think. But I don't know that we can be that specific if we're going to start cutting people off from magic.
Mm-hmm. As someone who has seen far more than I would like, who doesn't exactly have a lot left to protect now, besides what I've begun to amass again over the past month or so. Even when I find it hard to keep fighting, but I keep finding reasons, even if they're something small. At the end of the
Fair.
day, I personally don't think that magic is good or bad in this scenario. If just as you can make an argument that it has been used to allow people in power to keep others down, it has allowed people who are down on their luck a chance to even the playing field in some way.
Yes, and I
It is a
100%
tool,
agree.
a magnifier.
I wouldn't be anywhere close to where I am if it weren't for magic, and
I wouldn't even be. I don't think either of us would be alive.
Yeah,
I think we
but
can both agree to that. Just
it changes the formula. It means that few people can decide the lives of so many more. Even here, as us five,
mhm,
talk about the future of this plane, it's because of magic.
mhm.
And if we took that away, no few people could decide that ever again. It would take armies to reshape the plane, not just us.
That's all I needed to hear. Elliot, I side with you. If your plan is to take out the 3 pillars, then I'll be right there behind you.
I think there's still some planning on whether or not that's even feasible, but
Oh, absolutely, but
I do agree
just-
with you, Karak. I think it should be unanimous.
mhm.
And
sorry for
I don't need to convince you all now, but
sorry for being a bit rough. By the way, just
no,
wanted to
I
make
think
sure. I wanted to make sure that your
ideas must
convictions
be
were in order.
defended.
Absolutely. Mhm.
We're all friends and family here. Speak your mind.
Exactly.
Well,
Okay, so that's next week's problem or whatever day. What
True.
about tomorrow? Let's focus on tomorrow.
Yes.
That's
How do we feel about whether or not it's a trap that these sanctuaries are going to be attacked?
I want to believe they're not. I truly want to believe they're not traps. I know it in my soul that they are. Or at least diversions or maybe plan B or plan C. I just can't. It's difficult.
I agree.
I truly want to believe deep down that these are sanctuaries. But I know something's going to happen with them.
And so do we assign our armies to defend these?
Do we know how many in total?
One per world
Presumably.
tree, right?
Yeah, 1 per world tree. Outside of the center one, more than likely, because we would be going to Brester.
Yes.
True.
I am personally, I think, on the side of protecting the world trees and sending the armies there. I mean, when we didn't do that, if my vision can be trusted, everybody died. So I'd rather send them to the world trees in hopes that that's a different outcome.
Yes.
For what we know, or at least for what I know, the world trees express emotion at a grand scale. We've witnessed this a few times firsthand. We also know that they are gates. They are doorways. They are all connected.
So perhaps each tree is not an entry to its own sanctuary, but to this one?
I think so.
Interesting. I would believe that. There are multiple ways to close a door. and I know, Lulin, I think you know I wouldn't propose this if there was a better option, but what if the less protectable trees, we got as many into the sanctuary and then we closed the door?
Can we test that?
We could go to Stipvale.
I think we should test that before making that decision.
I agree.
Because that's an idea that we can actually control and I don't know what the your fancy word is. Figure shit out. That's a thesis or whatever. School words.
Lyra, want to translate? No? Okay.
Sorry?
I can't help but
What?
laugh at the
Yeah.
fact that what we're proposing is to become the locksmiths again. After literally years and saying fuck Velkenbara all this time, we're doing the exact same thing. But now it feels correct. Ugh.
Well,
Yeah, Velkin is laughing at us from beyond.
well, we did need a new name because
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hunter,
we would caught.
we yeah.
We're not,
Yeah.
we're not
Yeah, we're
hunting
not
anymore.
doing
It's-
them anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
it's all handled now.
Not
Mhm.
exactly what I wanted to propose. I wanted to propose that if we can close one door, if we can close this door, the world trees are all connected. They are all of one root. If this door closes, can we open it from the other side? That's
From the inside? Or are
Okay,
you saying
just
from
to
a
be
different,
just to
like-
be clear from my end, are you proposing breaking into Brester?
Breaking the what?
Entering through one world tree directly into Brester instead of coming from the outside, I'm assuming.
Is that what you're suggesting, Brendo?
a little bit, yeah.
Carry on.
Interesting.
I mean, it would
I was
save us from
definitely
having...
proposing, like, they all go to the one sanctuary, so get a bunch of people in, shut that door, destroy the tree, and then we don't have to defend it. All I'm saying. Anyways, sorry, go on.
Yeah.
So we're not the locksmiths anymore, we're the lumberjacks. We're just cutting
Yes.
down trees. Got it.
We hunted
Say
hope.
that.
We've
We
destroyed hope.
Lumberjacks.
Ugh.
Elliot is hopeless, and now we
We're
we burn
lumberjacks.
trees.
If you want to see that this
God.
was
Cutting is
for
going to take way
I
too
feel
long.
like
chat, if you want to see that this was foretold, go check out episode 16 where Newsom gets an axe that's specifically good at cutting down trees.
Yep, that's true. I do still have Hugh, and Hugh is
Yeah.
super effective at cutting down trees. I've always been destined to be a lumberjack, turns out.
I wasn't proposing and cutting down the trees. I don't like that idea. I don't know if I don't know.
Well, why don't we take a 10-minute break and think about it? We're going to go do a bio break, everybody. You should do the same. We'll be back in 10 minutes, and we'll see you then. Yippee! Yippee!
Time to pee!
Bye! And we're back. All right.
Hi back. I'm not gonna make that joke.
Wow.
Coward.
Whoa!
I'm dead.
Whoa.
No!
There you go.
I had to don't. He knows I'm a man. If you call me a coward, I have to do the thing. It's like saying no balls.
I don't care that
No
much
balls?
about that one. I used Isaac's toxic masculinity against him.
Yeah,
What
be
is
like
this, 2014?
Anyways,
I know, right? I was gonna say that's not being a man, that's being a dude. There's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
being a
I can be
douche.
a dude and a man.
Yeah.
All right, calm down.
Hey, I called you out. I was also being a douche.
One was being a douche, one was just being a guy.
Okay, well, the locksmiths, formerly Hunter of Hopes, formerly locksmiths, what are you doing?
Currently lumberjacks?
Currently lumberjacks.
What was?
Currently seeking employment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Currently seeking eternal purpose.
Seeking
Were we
gainful
going-
Are there
employment
any
will move
open
off
positions
plane.
at the local TJ Maxx.
Yeah.
I'd rather work at Home Goods, actually.
God,
if
you really
don't
want to
mind.
end up in
That's
that
fair.
kind of
I
liminal
actually
space?
think I would. I think I would be a pretty good Home Depot employee.
I
You
think
would
I'm gonna
be.
drop all 5 of you in an infinite IKEA and see what happens.
I would cry, and I also know someone else that would cry. Carry on. Have a good day.
It's okay, I can get us through it. I love IKEA.
Same.
Famous last words.
Me and
Yeah,
Brando,
idea.
Yeah.
Brando's skipping ahead of the group.
Day 600.
Pushing-
Me and
pushing
Sky,
carts.
no, me and Sky, hand in hand,
Yeah.
cinnamon roll in the other,
Yeah.
skipping down the aisle,
Mhm.
looking at the fucking couches and shit.
Day
In the
600.
light
Day
fixtures.
Oh, no, we have to push carts with Isaac and Rosie and them respectively, because they'll be crying.
You guys are gonna be out here keeping journals like day 692. We've been out of cinnamon rolls for days, but we still have meatballs to sustain us. But if we don't come across another bathroom section soon, we'll be in trouble.
677. We have found another section of blow high. We cannot carry any more plushies. Sad days indeed.
Wrong. I can always carry more blow
They're
high.
gonna have like a cart.
You're
Guys, we
telling
need
me
to
you
get back
carried
on track.
Meatballs, but not the plushies. You got priorities all out of whack.
Obviously, what you do is you make the plushies into a way to carry meatballs.
That's
Have
horrifying.
you seen Dunglecurk?
hate that so
Okay,
much.
I'm just imagining somebody new finding themselves in this IKEA and they round a corner and Newton is just sitting there reaching into a plushie and pulling out meatballs and shoving them in her face.
Just
Yep.
I
stuffing a
don't like
plushie.
the idea of using plushies, skinning plushies like animals to use their hide for material.
Exactly. I'm going back to my roots.
What do you
Okay.
mean skinning? They're already a bag.
Also, they have like whales now that have zippable mouths, so they're basically already bags.
Well, since you guys are never going to end up in an infinite IKEA in character, where are you actually going to go?
Oh my god,
think
we're talking about
what we
IKEA.
go-
I was like desperately trying to think. I missed the word IKEA somewhere. I was like, what?
You were like, "Why am I gonna cry? I
all
don't
of you,
understand."
all
what
of
am I
us were
crying
laughing
about?
about IKEA, and Rosie was having a horrible acid trip.
I always have a horrible time at IKEA, so you know,
So
like
I
just accurate.
believe we were thinking about like testing out Lulin's idea of closing doors and opening doors with the trees.
That's
Right.
true. Well, if we, yeah, go on.
I mean, like, again, that's an idea. I don't know if it's necessarily like top priority. Maybe, I don't know. My head still hurts.
Mhm.
Head like that's supposed to hurt.
Did you hit your head? Oh yeah, the tree. Never mind.
Yeah.
Man,
good.
man grabbed 120 volts and decided, here's how we go.
Yeah.
They grabbed the power line and then said, "Okay, now's the time to lock in."
True. Which is, by the way, what happens if you plug an iPhone into wall power without any adapters.
Seems fine.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining it. That makes me so happy. Oh, I love electricity so much.
You
I feel like
survive another
sometimes
day.
I say a thing and I'm like, that should be a YouTube video, and I'm about to figure out if it is.
All right. What the fuck are you guys doing?
That's a great question. The answer is we don't know.
I don't know.
We did not come to a consensus at the end there.
I'll set
How do we?
I'll set
how
a
do we-
timer and I'll just make something bad happen if we don't come to a decision.
Oh, good. How do we
What are
test if we
our
can close the doors?
Well, me and Lyra can, go into the tree, close the door, then we try to leave out another world tree, and if not, Lyra can teleport us out.
But then, what if
But-
they're? But if we can't, if we
Couldn't
can't leave, are they just closed?
That's what we're testing. Is that they're
Also, couldn't-
accessible
Yeah, but we
from
don't want
different
them.
locations.
Couldn't we technically just go directly to the base of the tree with our druid stones?
I think the idea is that we'd be able to be more subtle if we went by tree and not directly by Druidstone. Am I getting that
The-
right? Lulu?
Yes, this idea isn't also for us. It's for the citizens that are already
worried
in these
about-
sanctuaries.
Yeah, no. The only thing I'm worried about is what if we close it and then it's like just closed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
I'm a little worried.
why I
like,
wanted
can
to
we
test
not get
it.
open? Yeah, that would be bad.
Did we
But-
try it? Couldn't you? I mean, you could
Let's
try
test-
and
let's just do it.
you could try and use a druid stone to leave while you're in there.
I'm very concerned at how that would
Okay.
work because they use the power
I
of the trees to allow you to traverse over
I
the
don't
world,
think
but we're in the trees. So to be
Trees
Yeah.
like,
within
making-
trees.
that seems like a bad idea.
Yeah, it'll be
It hurts my
fine.
head.
inside of a tree, I believe this is their own like pocket dimension.
And we can't just
So-
ask the
Okay, let's
trees to
try-
close the doors. I
Well,
guess.
I don't particularly want to try talking to them at least again today, or at least after a while. I want to.
No, I think we should just try it. Let's just go in and close it
Let's
and then
just
see what
try it.
happens.
I could always try talking
Let's
to it
try.
with my reaching out with the wild magic, I guess, if it doesn't work,
Yeah.
But well, let's test the just close the door vibe.
Yeah. Okay. You and I will go in.
Okay, so to be clear, the two of you are leaving this kind of pocket dimension.
Yeah, we're all
Where are we
inside
currently?
currently.
Yes. Correct.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize we were inside of it. Okay, so
I mean,
actually, you guys leave, and then we'll try
technically
to close it.
It required my coin to open,
Mhm.
so
Oh, so maybe
presumably
Oh,
or-
you
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to open and close them without one unless you could brute force it.
what the fuck am I talking? Yeah, I'm just stupid.
I mean, I don't know how many of these are
It's
still
okay,
floating
we can
around
have
in the
this
world, so
Never
or
mind.
if gods can just make them.
Never mind. Yeah, I forgot
I
the
mean,
I forgot the coin. The
Where-
coin slot was a thing. The whole opening thing.
Yeah.
That's
where
on
did
me.
the coins? Where did the coins come from again?
Velkin gave it to me when he tried to indoctrinate me into his
Right? I feel like he was pretty successful at first.
And
Sorry,
In-
I didn't mean to
where
say
did
that.
Velkin get the coins?
I don't know. He never told me. It was just a thing he gave me when he was trying to convince me to join up, basically.
Could I
With
roll
the-
some memory shenanigans to see if I can look through the disorganized library that is Karak's mind for answers to that?
You could, but there's not a number you could hit where you'd have a memory of this.
Valid.
Whatever
Okay,
these coins
so-
are, Velkin didn't have them when you knew him.
Yeah, he.
Um,
Yeah, the
we've never magically identified it before.
well, there's a starting place.
I'd have to
Find
take it
more
out
of
of the
these-
tree, which would close the door, but
I mean,
Didn't it land on this is player? Didn't they land on a tray? Like when we came to this side, we saw a tray that it landed in, so you could pick it back up.
Yeah, but the door stayed open as long as you left it in. It was still in like a slot.
I
Yeah,
took
so-
it when I took it out of it. It closed the door,
Yeah.
Ah, so
but
okay. I just wanted to
Presumably
make
if-
sure.
this tree is an Aldi shopping cart.
mm,
Yes.
Oh, that is-
Correct. Good analogy.
So now Chad understands.
Mhm.
Okay, I think
nobody knows how to locate objects, right?
I don't know. Maybe I do.
Um, look, I don't think so. But
I
let me-
I know locate object. I don't know identify.
Well, I know that Lyra knows
I
how to
think I-
identify things.
yeah, I can identify.
My thought
I do
is,
not know how to-
if we, you know how we had that kind of we were connecting our magics and stuff like that. I'm
Yep.
wondering if there's a way, if we can synchronize our magics, that we could expand on locating an object to see how many of these coins are around and if it's an issue, you know? If there's a lot of these coins floating around that they could use to get in and out of these sanctuaries, that might be a problem. But if the
Mhm.
coins are the only way to get in, that makes it.
Interesting.
Then
Hmm.
Does
I
locate count the quantity, or does it just find the nearest
Mm-mm.
one?
it would find the nearest
it
one.
finds the
in
nearest
in a
one, but
radius.
that's why
but if
I'm
we connect-
thinking.
But
Mhm.
if we connect our magic together, we might be able to detect
Or-
more.
Yeah,
Or-
we could potentially either connecting our magics or connecting to the world trees, which have a root system that expands across the entire continent. It perhaps would widen our range of vision.
That would be dangerous, though. I mean,
It
Yeah,
would
you
be,
don't
but
want to end up
Lulin.
like Lulin.
well,
I don't
I
think I
mean,
could take a hit like
I
that.
could be
I
I could-
could. So if I, am the conduit for it, I could potentially. That's why I was saying I could try using my wild magic, which is kind of derived from the world trees, to connect to them, and then we could kind of funnel it through me. And if there's
Yeah.
any, if there's any backlash, I'm a bit more. No offense to you guys, but there's a bit more meat on my bones, I guess, is a good way to say it.
You're like a brick wall on the battlefield. You can stop
Yeah.
anything. I'm pretty
So-
sure I saw you just. Yeah, you crashed into a tower, or at least tried to. No, 'cause
Yeah.
that
I've
was
jumped
really
off a
cool.
lot of things,
That was really cool.
but
I-
I think we'd have to be a little creative with it. But
Mm-hmm.
at this point, I kind of feel like, he's a demigod. We've got a lot going on our side that I think that we could
Mhm.
maybe, with some, creative
Wisdom.
work, make this happen.
Fair.
I'm down
It's a
to
good-
try that.
It's a good
Cool.
place to start, but I think starting with Lyra identifying the coin would be great, because that'll also give us a little bit more insight into how concerned we should be about it, or maybe we can get some context about where they come from, and whether it's a thing that we should even be concerned about that the gods could get. I mean, they must have some way, if they are planning to attack the trees, they must have some concept of how to get in here. So, anyway, News is gonna take the coin out of the slot and hand it to Lyra.
All right.
And Lyra will grab it, sit down, spend 10 minutes, ritual casting, identify.
Lyra, as you cast this spell, and describe what it looks like as you identify, like, how do you set up the magic around it? Are you making, like, a magic, like lenses to, like, look at it? Are you, like, what are you doing?
Ooh. I think that for Lyra, this manifests as, like, looking it up in one of her books, basically. Like, she's setting out some, like, you know, some nice, what do they call encyclopedias? You know? And then, like, the magic is that it's going to open the right page of the encyclopedias for her. Yeah. Kind of just, you know, lays out the encyclopedias. And then is really concentrating on the coin. And it's like, open the correct page.
Lyra, as you look at this coin in front of you and you focus on it and you let your mind sift through the magic, these encyclopedias that you set to the sides, one of them blank, begins to fill with ink as your magic fills in the design specifications of the coin. You see an image of the coin drawn in, talking about the feature and the symbolism of the tree, and then you see an image of the coin split in half, where inside is a glass bead with what appears to be a drop of blood in it. Now, you know enough, like the rest of your friends, and they can watch as you do this, that magic has a distinguishable structure that is not the same between any two people. And you recognize the magic of the coin immediately as Velkenbara's.
So, I think this has Vilken's blood in it. So that's kind of gross.
Yeah, I was trying not to say you, but I was kind of feeling it in my soul, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
So,
He would bleed in a coin and then give it to
do
me.
I think that multiple could have been created from his blood? Or do I think this is like a unique item? Do I think that multiple coins like this could have been created from his blood? Or do I think it's like one person per coin?
Roll Arcana.
Okay.
Arcana it up.
Let's go.
Casual
yes.
nat 20.
A casual nat 20 for
and
31. Yeah.
Lyra.
Casual.
It's
Very
likely
casual,
that the only reason that there's blood in this at all is because it's a potent binding agent, but the magic is what is important. And as you're looking at it and you're kind of deciphering what the different runes on the coin could mean in reference to the magic around it, you remember the story that yours and Elliot's friend from Apud told you, whose name I cannot remember, but it does not matter.
Damn.
Sorry.
Not one of the people related to me, I guess.
About how before Velkin began his crusade against the gods, he was a world walker able to step between planes. Now, if something had his magic, Lyra, it could absolutely get into these.
Fuck.
Okay. I don't think Lyra explains that to the.
I'm gonna guess Newson has the exact same reaction.
Yes. The moment you say that, Newson just goes, fuck it. But that does limit the
Um,
amount of people that can access it, because we don't think a lot of people have access to his magic.
There's only one that I think we're really concerned about.
But that one was at Brester, not at any of the other world trees, if things can be if visions can be trusted.
And assuming the magic can't be reallocated.
Yeah. Assuming it's not bound to like the knife that was used, I guess that's a possibility. I don't know how much
So-
magic can be spread around. So maybe we
So
could Go ahead.
Go on.
No, you go.
Okay. If this coin, it is more or less an extension of Velkin's power, which
Yep.
if that is the case, anybody with Velkin's power would be able to access these world trees, these coins just being a way for those that he trusted to gain access to it, correct?
Seems like it, yeah.
Would it not be possible to change the locks, so to speak? Am I
Not a bad
making- do I
idea.
need-
Yeah, no, I get
Yeah.
you. Like, rather than it be Velkin's magic that can
Be
open the
someone
doors, we
else's.
make it somebody else's. Yeah.
The only question is, how would we go about that, and who? Because I'm certain it won't be it might not be the most comfortable thing having your magic be used as a key from that point forward.
Yeah.
I mean, mine is probably least important to me, so we could use mine. It'd probably be the least expected as well. I mean, by all accounts, people probably, if we reset the locks, people would probably assume we'd use Elliot. So, but
I'd just be concerned if we used yours with how your magic has been tainted by Astraleon's. Might not
Yeah.
exactly have the effect that we're hoping for.
it's possible.
I would offer, but I'm not sure exactly. I mean, my magic is different. It comes from a different source now, but it's still channeled through me, and well, I'm not sure how much different I am over the course of only a couple days, so I'm not sure if that would be useful. This brings us down to 2. That was the end of my thought. Anybody can talk now, please.
I just kind of assumed that the last two who we had that option for. I mean,
I was thinking that
we-
too. I'm not sure which.
because it can't be you, me, or Elliot. So Elliot's just too obvious. Sorry, bud.
No, I wouldn't want it anyways.
obvious.
No point in linking to magic to a key if I'm gonna lose that key anyway.
Mm-hmm. Oh, true.
I mean,
Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
If magic doesn't work, then there wouldn't be a way to open up the trees after the fact.
I mean, that would be true in any case. That'd be true if we leave it as Velkin Barras.
True.
When magic is gone, magic's gone. But we don't. If we remove all magic, from
The
this
Lost
plane,
Valley wouldn't work either.
I
It's
don't
just too
know,
open, right?
because we're talking about removing magic from this plane of existence, right?
Yeah.
Certainly, I mean, unless Elliot, you have an idea for removing magic from all the planes of existence. Technically, the worlds inside of the trees are pocket dimensions, so I don't know if that would be
Well,
demolished in the same way.
a pocket dimension is going to feed from the magic of the realm it resides in. Now, the other planes were brought into this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are probably more planes out in the n-dimensional space, but
And I've
as of now,
lost-
there's no way to travel between them, right, Lyra?
Well, you can travel between planes. I mean, I can travel between planes,
Well, yeah, but only planes you know
but
of, yes?
but maybe not. Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. So not like just abstract any plane.
And so I do wonder,
Dimension probably. Probably need
I don't
compatible
know.
dimension, you know.
Yeah, dimension compatibility.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what it would look like if we convinced the columns of magic to stop, or maybe there's even the potential of just a slowed flow of magic.
That would be ideal. Doesn't outright get rid of it, but it definitely puts an upper limit on what it can do.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying earlier. What do we just put a ceiling on it?
I'm sorry, Lulin, I didn't
Okay.
understand your argument,
Oh,
but I
wait,
think I'm
I'll-
starting to understand it now.
Yeah.
I'll be
If-
honest. When you said ceiling, I thought like the ceiling of a house, and
Yeah.
well, I now notice it means the ceiling of a house. But the thought I had before was like a ritual ceiling, and I was just like, I think that to seal something, it would require you to have power over it, and they have like these pillars have power over this realm, and that's where I was getting lost.
I understand. We were talking about magic and ceiling. That makes 100% sense.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I meant like a physical ceiling.
Now I understand that it's asking them to put a upper limit, and got it.
Yeah, that was my argument.
Mm-hmm. That should be doable, right?
Perhaps.
I don't know. I've
I
never
don't
spoken
know.
to a pillar of magic.
Really?
I mean-
First time?
Yeah, I've spoken to a lot of fucking guys, but not that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot more guys than pillars of magic, though, so
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I understand.
Always a first time for everything.
Also, we'd have to find a way to access the pillars of magic without tipping off Astraleon, who is presumably also trying to interact with them.
Well, he has to persuade them to destroy the plane, doesn't he?
Maybe, or well,
Does he?
yeah.
thought
I mean,
he didn't
because
have
he's
the power alone to do it. That's why
Mhm.
he's going down.
Yeah. He's only capable of like resetting the narrative. He's not capable of destroying the plane permanently.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure, because
Yeah. He's trying to end it all this time, basically. Whereas previously it was sort of like he was rewriting history, you know.
he was just putting all the toys back in the bin and then taking them all back out again.
Yeah. You taking the building blocks that were there and constructing anew, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So now, okay, we're getting somewhere. So now we need to get information of where these pillars are, but while also
Brester.
yeah, they're just
Yeah?
in Brester. Yeah. Presumably in the Echo Garden, because that's where they're headed.
Well,
So step 1 done. What's step 2?
Yep. We need to decide whether we're going to be protecting the doors while we do this. We have to make that choice. Whether we're going to reset the locks to try and, prevent.
Make it harder for them to try and use it.
Yeah.
More or less.
Or are we just going to put our armies in front of them so that when they try and break in there, I just don't know what good that would do them, because, obviously...
What, destroying the sanctuaries?
Yeah, because if he convinces the Pillars of Magic to destroy everything, right? It wouldn't matter, because you said the pocket dimensions are connected to this plane, so if he convinces the Pillars of Magic to destroy this plane, why the fuck would he bother allocating resources to getting at those people in those pocket dimensions?
Because if he destroys them, what purpose do we serve preventing another reset?
What would we have to fight for?
Not everybody is in those pocket dimensions.
Certainly
That's
would be
true,
a
but
large blow to morale, though.
Yeah.
Weren't the trees designed to protect them from the destruction of the planes? Wasn't that part of the hope?
That is what they were saying, is that it should protect them from the destruction of the planes. That's why I was confused if removing magic from this plane of existence would destroy those or not. Because it's not it's a weird inherent magic that the trees have. I don't know. It seems weird that the trees can protect them from the literal destruction of the entire plane, but maybe removing magic would make them not protected? You see what I'm saying? One feels less
Yeah, I see
less
what you mean.
dramatic than the other.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. But I agree. I mean,
So
if they
I think so. We have the ability to just go where's needed. If we have people that can communicate us from each individual tree that they are protecting, then if either of us needs to go and
we
lend a
could just
hand,
go.
we can just go.
Yeah. That is true.
So I think with that in mind, having armies protecting the trees would be a solid idea.
Yeah. And like I said before, having the armies at Brester in my vision ended up with them dead, so there's a part of me that is biased towards the idea of sending them to the trees because I haven't seen an outcome that shows them demolished.
Yeah.
So what do we think? Sending them to the trees?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's probably for the best.
That makes sense to me.
Okay.
Guys, the little voice inside my head. Remember him?
Yep.
Them. It's kind of saying that the aspects of creation would not destroy the plane. They wouldn't do that. So I don't know what that means for us. At least my guy says that. My homie over here.
So you think Astroleon's trying to destroy them or take their power so that he can?
Not while. Oh, okay. I missed part of that. They wouldn't destroy a living plane. So maybe if he kills everybody first, then they would destroy it, or I don't know.
Be a lot be a lot easier to convince them, I would think.
So going after the sanctuaries, knowing that there's a decent populace there in each one of them.
Yeah, that would be the motivation.
Then you just, yeah. Now this makes sense.
Yeah.
We're starting to see the whole board.
Yep. So protecting the trees. I feel like resetting the locks is still not a bad idea if we can figure it out.
I mean, we
mean,
could try.
If the gives one last stand at the tree,
If we can even
makes
change
them a
at
bit
least
more-
one.
one variable.
If we can change at least one tree.
Yeah,
How many world trees are there again?
5.
So
Well, technically,
Oh, 6. Because you planted one. I forgot.
No, technically 5.
because one fell.
Oh,
Yes.
well, yeah.
So 5
mean,
plus
the
1.
The
But,
step of Stipvale could technically
I mean, you guys haven't
maybe
checked
still.
yet. That would be a good way to find out if you can close the doors, is if that one you can access that tree or not from here.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's fair.
I will say, since there's this might just be me making things more complicated, but there's 5 trees, there's 5 of us. Might be easier, might make it more difficult on them if the lock for each tree is different.
We don't know if that's possible. It's all one interconnected system.
True. No,
Question: do I have an idea of how this might be done, like at all, or are we just
No.
kind of, like with my arcane? Okay, I have no idea.
The world trees were here before even Ignivore started watching.
Okay.
I mean,
I feel like this is a good idea. I just have no idea how to go about it. Yeah.
don't you have like a connection to
No.
Velkin because he's one of your
I-
family spirits now?
wait, what?
Maybe I could ask him.
Yeah, Velkin and Lyra are related.
Yeah.
Sorry, we never got into that.
I'm not totally clear on how the family tree, but yeah, I
I-
think he's like a cousin second removed or something.
So-
He's
Oh,
literally
maybe.
your uncle.
Yeah. Yeah, but she doesn't want to be that closely related to him.
Yeah, excuse me, Lyra's lying right now.
Oh yeah, Elliot, Lyra's lying.
Oh, that's
doesn't know
that
that.
goes the other way.
around.
It's the other way
Lyra's-
around.
I'm
Lyra can lie as much as she damn
Lyra,
wants.
you're lying. You're lying to yourself.
that's,
I was gonna say, didn't we
That's-
decide that any Lyra lie required a roll though? Because Lyra's the worst.
Yeah,
at
roll
lying.
deception.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
that's a lot. That
Let's go. Let's go.
Everybody in this
Eight
group has a
strong, that's
passive
strong.
insight higher than that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yep, that is. Even I have a passive insight higher than that. Wow.
Second cousin twice removed.
I mean, I guess I knew you were lying, so
Yeah.
there's only one person that doesn't know you're lying.
I'm sorry. That's just a lot. I mean,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
Anyway.
okay. I don't think she understands how family trees work. Actually, she skipped those classes, as far as I remember. Very bad student in them.
it's more just like it's just. Sorry.
Just tell him to do something
I'm
good with his miserable life and tell us how to change the locks.
I'm throwing that thought away. It doesn't belong on the shelf. It's just gonna cause pain. It's just gonna cause
it doesn't
confusion.
matter. Do I think I can? I'm gonna ask my little guy that's in my head.
Little guy.
Do you know?
Oh, little guy.
Do that, or do you know Velkin? Velkin.
You try and say the name every time, and it's like.
Yeah.
Gross. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think we could like do that? Like lock them up again? I'd have. What does that mean? What's the Twilight Path? Does that mean die again? I don't want to do that.
Twilight Path. It's an okay walk.
Yeah, I'd have to walk the Twilight Path. Is that death? But I do have to die?
I think so.
That
I
that
didn't
was
like
a
it.
death thing.
I already did that. But
So hi,
yeah,
besties.
besties. Besties. um,
Squishies.
um,
I mean,
Is there any way to access the Twilight Path without dying? You're like, I mean, Lyra, you spent like a lot of time as a soul away from your body.
yeah, apparently that should be easy for me, I guess. But I don't know. Okay, should I try? How do I? Okay, should I just like think about it really hard, or?
So you're the two you are the the smart ones that's been there. I'm trusting you two on this.
Oh, and that was a question to us and not the little guy in your head.
No,
Understood.
No,
oh, it was a
little guy
question
might
to the
have
little
answered,
guy.
though.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. And apparently I can like plane shift there, and I can probably take you guys.
Oh,
We
shit.
could all go. It's like a field trip.
Great.
It's a field trip.
Yeah, I mean, that seems like a place to
Yeah,
start. At least
okay.
then we'll know whether the concept of changing the locks would be possible. Because I really, genuinely think that's probably
Yeah.
the best idea anyone has had. Because
Okay.
then we don't even have to worry about sacrificing the armies. They just simply can't get in.
I'm keeping that compliment in my head forever. It's going on a pedestal. That
I'm
makes me feel
glad.
really nice.
It's deserved. It's a good idea.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
And
a
Lyra's
path
gonna
in the
start,
twilight.
Like, following the directions. Yeah, following the directions from the little spirit inside her head. She's like, okay, so set it up kind of like a plane shift, but a little bit of jazz, a little bit of,
Yeah, so it has you change some of the runes. It doesn't seem like it's taking you to a plane that you've like plane shifting. There's actually a pretty standardized way to do it. Like there's runes for specific places. You haven't seen these before.
Oh, okay.
But all you have to do once this circle is created is link hands and form a circle with whoever is going with you.
Oh.
Right. I mean, is everybody going? Party?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not.
Okay,
More people
so
means.
so you all have to hold hands.
All right, okay. Nuzin extends her hands to the two nearest people.
Elliot
It's
positions
insane.
himself between Lulin and Karak. Mostly just scared of
Elliot's like,
Nuzin's
I'm
grip.
not touching
Yeah,
girls.
Nuzin,
Crush your hand.
Nuzin, athletics check. Grip strength.
Oh, got it. We're
Fuck.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
The mentor never
Terrible.
loses.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Lyra,
let you win.
You begin.
Lyra takes Nuzin's hand, and I guess Karak's hand.
You
I like the idea of me squeezing, like aggressively squeezing Lulin's hand with one hand and very daintily and gently holding Lyra's.
as
Elliot just looks over. Yep, made the right decision there.
as you
Gonna say
all
that
hold
just-
as you
Yep,
all
yep.
hold hands and Lyra begins to chant like essentially the words of this ritual. The runes on the floor begin to almost smoke with this ethereal greenish lighting up smoke as it drifts into the air. And as the spell completes, you all hear a clap as the entire party drops dead.
Good thing we left somebody that knows what to do and what we're doing and where we're going back on the plane that we're in right now.
Wait a second, I've seen
I was
178
gonna
hours.
say, good thing none of us. I was gonna say, good thing none of us stayed behind because that would have been so traumatizing.
Just watching everybody
we're on
die.
another plane now.
How do you think it's gonna be for the guard who finds your
Yeah.
body?
Yeah. The people that are just like hanging out in their city in another world, we're all just dead in the middle. We're gonna wake up buried.
Those are our heroes. They are dead. They have been dead for the past 3 days.
As
I think that
you all,
when we get to the other plane, Lyra's like, okay.
as you all kind of come
I was
to,
gonna say something stupid. Go ahead.
you find yourself standing on the Twilight Path. Those of you who have been here before, which is more of you than not, will remember that this path kind of has a glassy consistency to it, and the sky above is almost, perpetual twilight, with just these wild auroras arcing through them. But as you look at all your friends, you notice some things about some people. Elliot is glowing. Like, incredibly brightly.
Ugh.
Just like Hercules.
Oh
Newsen,
my god, you're a real hero!
I don't know
Newsen,
who I pulled out of the pit of souls, but I'm sure she was hot.
you have an after image. That is the color of a Star Leone's magic.
Oh, damn it.
The rest of you appear to be normal. As you all appear, you look to your left, and floating there is a set of arms on a torso with just kind of like the smoky disappearing legs. And where its head would be is kind of this like black and white flame. As it gestures excitedly at all of you, and then looks at you, Lyra, and goes, "It's so good to meet you."
Hello, how are you?
I'm good.
What's your name?
So that's
Hello.
Hello.
your name is
I
Hello.
think I cut out a little bit.
No. My name is Voynich.
I asked, yeah, what's your name?
Voynich.
Wait, Nick. Okay.
Wow, like the manuscript. I love the
Fuck,
manuscript.
I knew that sounded
now.
familiar.
Anyway.
Shit.
Feel like an artist. Mostly don't realize you're stealing and then get caught and then feel bad.
Hmm.
Anyway, sorry, what was I saying?
Then this thing just turns around and begins floating down the path.
Do we...
Wow, I love that. I love Voynich. Let's follow him anywhere.
Okay.
Where are you going? Where are you going?
I'm taking you to Velkin.
Oh, thank God.
Oh,
I knew
great.
it.
Oh.
I knew it.
We have to go fast.
Okay.
Okay.
Reapers will smell the godling.
I'm sorry,
Ooh, that's mean.
Reapers?
Oh,
Yes.
what's a reaper?
Why would Reapers want him? Because he's a godling.
I taste better. Can't
You
you see
just-
this lean meat?
Voynich just holds up a hand and
I
kind of
don't want to
tilts it
see
to...
the lean meat.
Voynich just kind of holds up his hand and tilts it side to side, like, kinda.
I guess you're not
Okay,
supposed to
well,
be
I guess
here
since
because
you're
you're all
so
gaudy and
fast.
shit.
Also, probably isn't every day that they get a chance to get their hands on a godling.
Eat some
so-
lean meat.
As Voynich is going down the path leading
Oh my
you
god, are
all...
you the third god I've killed, Ellie?
Oh my
Yeah.
God, you're getting
Ellie
a
is the third god
Leah-
Lyra's killed.
God
Lyra, you
should
were
be
I feel
afraid
like
of you.
The other gods, you just like evaporated their consciousnesses.
you-
You didn't
you-
evaporate mine. You didn't kill me.
You know, Lyra,
Yet.
Well, there's still time.
it kind of broke my
Yeah.
brain. It kind of broke my brain that you were related to Velkin, but now that I see your track record, I can see it.
Yeah.
I know that
Um,
As
I'm not sure if that's a good or a
they've
bad
all
thing.
been justified.
Voynich leads
Oh, it's
you
a bad thing.
Voynich leads you down this path for a couple of minutes and then takes a sharp turn and goes off the path. So, I need to know what order you guys are following him in.
First off,
I think
I was
Lyra's
told
number one.
exactly what happens when you go off of the path. Please remind.
Please remind you what happens when you go off the path.
Yeah.
The only way to get through the Twilight Path is to step through the gates at the end, and if you step off the path, you can never step back onto it.
That's right. Elliot will remind this to all the people.
Does that mean like you'll be stuck in purgatory when you die? Basically, or what does that mean?
That was kind
What do
of
you mean?
my
What do you mean?
understanding.
What do you mean when you die?
We're dead.
You're dead.
Yeah, but do you get like another chance every time you die? Or
Might be. That is a good point. If you get revived while
Well,
you're off of the
okay.
path, do you get put back at the beginning?
yeah, that's my question. Can you step back? I mean, it seems like no, probably is the answer to that. So
Seems like no.
seems like no. So I think that probably all of you should stay on the path and I'll go.
All right.
Yeah.
A few of us have been here already. What did everybody do? I went through the gates.
I'll be back in 1 second. Doggo needs water. You guys keep talking.
I'm pretty. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I was pulled back to like life, right? Like,
We weren't able to complete the path.
I've never been here.
Yeah, but I don't think I stepped off of it either. Like I was just pulled back.
Yoinked, if you will.
I would prefer Yoinketh.
Yeah, I got yoinked. Yoinketh? I was yoinketh? No, I was
Yes.
not. I was yoinked.
Was there one more person?
That seemed to be what PT was implying, but I know I've never been here. Seems to be what God thinks.
Well, God's
I
an
mean,
idiot,
I don't
so-
remember if I've ever been here,
Has anyone
so
else died?
I also
Not
hope
that
God
I can
doesn't
remember.
have Bluetooth headphones because I'm slandering.
You're just
I would
slandering.
try to check my memories to see if I've died, but unfortunately, it seems the library is closed right now.
That's a bummer.
Darn it! I had a memory I had to turn in. Now I'm gonna have a late fee.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
those
yeah,
late
I
fees,
think
they'll
that
get
I
you.
should follow. I'll figure this out. I should follow. I'll figure this out, and you guys stay on the path because
No, but-
I don't
Well,
know,
I mean-
you want to keep your options.
I'm
know.
the only one who will never be back here again. I've already done it. I went through the gate. Maybe I should go.
That's true. You
Also, if you step off the path and you're not able to come back, like that seems. I hate. It doesn't seem fair to you. I mean, death isn't really fair, but
Mhm.
It depends on the context.
I guess that's true. I mean, it. I was going to say it comes for everybody, but you've already said that the game plan is for you not to die. So
That's not what I said.
He
I
said he's
I'll never
already
be back
Well,
here.
that is the
Yeah.
Wow. I'm so deeply excited that my favorite students are putting so much effort into thinking about the way the rules are written.
students.
Yeah, you've never been my teacher.
Hello.
At best, you're a TA.
As you say that, Elliot, a figure emerges from out of the fog. looking at all of you. And Karak, you've never seen this man before. He's short, like 5'10", relatively skinny, very well dressed. Incredibly well
Wonderful to meet
dressed.
you. My name is Karat.
You're a palindrome. That's interesting.
How is that interesting?
Oh yeah, we talked. We had a whole puzzle about that, and then
I think it's interesting.
that's how we got Nimblet.
That is how we got Nimblet.
What is a nimblet?
This guy.
Don't worry
And
about it.
there's an instinctually points to her shoulder, but I'm assuming he's not there
He is
because
not
we're
there,
dead.
no.
And then she's like, "Oh,
Also,
he's
I
this
wanna-
manatee god that lives with me now on my shoulder."
Of course you have a god that lives on your shoulder. That makes perfect sense.
I'm glad that I'm glad it makes sense to you. He's a cool guy.
And hey, what can I say? I see the big picture.
both my best friends are gods.
That's true. Lyra has a god now too.
Yeah, they're both my best friends are gods now.
Hmm.
So,
You just say all.
I said both.
And he corrected you.
Anyways, think it through. What can you not do to follow this little dude? What's the rule?
Don't step off the path.
Bingo. What's the workaround? And he points to Karak.
If we don't step off, then it's all good. So if we find a way to get
Lyra's raising
to
her
follow
hand.
them without,
Lyra's raising her
if we find a
hand.
way to follow them without stepping off or taking a step off the path, then all is good.
Which means the
I wanna see
solution might be Miss Dream Shadow. Put your hand down. Let the other students work. Newsen.
I didn't expect you to call on me.
Newsen went from laughing to befuddled so fast.
Yep. I think you should let Lyra answer. She really wants to answer.
Which is exactly why she can't.
That's right.
Newsen, would you like to use your one class time phone a friend?
You get phone of friends in class?
You get one. Would you like to use it?
Paid for a sending
Yes,
stone.
I want to use it.
Who would you like to call?
Lyra.
Miss Dream Shadow?
Thank God.
Okay, we can't we can't step off the path. Let's just move it. Move the path. You know move Earth. Pointing
Well,
at Elliot. Just
we know
move
do.
move it.
We can forge a new
Yeah.
one.
Be awesome.
What?
More path.
Yeah.
More path.
That's not how
I don't know if that's the what they
They're concepts, not dirt.
Move
You
it.
can't just move a
Move the path. It's
Maybe
yes, you
I
can. We
I
are
mean,
told it's beautiful and shiny.
I can try. I got mold earth. I've or at least I think I know the hand.
Yeah.
I think I remember.
Oh.
how,
Also,
how,
what
Elliot
makes you
did it.
You
what
haven't.
makes you think you keep your
Or
magic
possibly,
here?
I don't know.
Last time I
or
was here, I didn't
possibly-
have my magic. Give it a
But
try,
you also,
though.
you
I
also weren't.
teleported in here.
You sure did.
I don't know. Okay, I could also
But,
teleport
just give it
us
a
3
try.
feet, and then we didn't step off the path, but we instead teleported off the path.
I like
That's
that
another
one.
idea. Yeah. We could
Give it a go.
also sort of stumble off the path. Maybe that doesn't count. Maybe we could.
If
we
our
have,
feet
an
don't
accident.
touch the ground. Oh wait, no, you don't have. We don't have stuff or magic.
Well, I don't know if we don't have magic. I didn't have magic last
there-
time, but I didn't teleport here. I was killed by a magic sword.
Yeah. Also, I do want to point
Also-
out, or I guess I don't know if Lyra knows that we're all just dead in the other room, but I think it's extremely funny that she did a complicated spell that it's like a complicated plane shift modification But they
Just a
still
cult
just dropped
suicide.
dead.
It literally just killed us.
They could have killed people in any
Could have done
other
the
way.
same thing
Yeah,
with Kool-Aid.
it's so
All
funny.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, I will say, maybe we don't have to move the path. We just have to not step off of
Anyway.
it. There's a lot of trees around here. We could just...
Oh, this
You wanna
guy's
climb
thinking.
off the path?
I like you, palindrome
Right.
student.
Thank you. I like you too.
Don't be a kiss ass.
What's the...
Hey.
What's that?
Yes, Mr. Burning Oak, do you have a suggestion?
I was just gonna point out. I know you like kiss asses.
Yes, well, I've been dead for some time. Also, you look like a nightlight.
Thanks. I've been trying.
You've been trying to look like a nightlight?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
shit.
better than looking like a stuffed animal. So
You were alternatively going to look like a stuffed animal?
he sort of just like snarls a little bit.
I don't think the werewolf looks like a stuffed animal personally, but maybe that's just me.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't remind me that
Hey,
the
what?
Minotaurs are not great taxidermists.
Yeah, I got problems. I
Yeah,
mean,
usually
mostly
you-
just that they don't have any preservation magic.
Yes, well,
They got
you have problems. How did you all get here?
Lyra.
I think Lyra killed us.
Hmm.
Oh,
I have a special spell where I did it like kind of like a plane shift, but I would modified it a little bit, and we came here.
We teleported our souls to the death plane.
Can I see the runes,
What?
Miss Dream Shadow, that you perhaps...
Sure. Lyra shows it. She's like, yeah, it was cool. The voice in my head told me to do that.
Pharaoh just takes it and he looks at it and he goes, oh, okay. Miss Dream Shadow,
Uh-huh.
if this were graded for an assignment, I would fail you for killing yourself and all of your classmates.
What?
Can we
What do
append
you
her
mean? The voice
grade
in my head
with
said
this
that's what I
assignment?
should do.
I think we should append her
No,
final grade with this assignment.
Luckily,
Wait, what do you mean? The voice in my
It's
head
called
said
a
that
practical, Lyra.
said that-
It's called a practical, and there are several of them, and you failed.
luckily, Miss Dream
He's
Shadow,
literally dead. He can't change my grade.
I will call the school.
luckily, Miss
You
Dream
own the
I'm
Shadow,
doing
school.
it now.
you are on a timer.
Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Sorry, what?
Luckily,
Shush,
Miss
shush,
Dream
I was
Shadow,
trying to say
you
something.
are on a timer.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Okay.
It's very
Oh,
simple.
see, that's fine then.
In 24 hours, as long as you are standing on the Twilight Path, you will be snapped back to your bodies.
Okay.
On the
Let's-
path, you say.
On the path.
On the path. I think that we should just move the path. I think that's the. Or
Yeah, that'd be very
Well, Brian
alternatively,
can try to move the path.
If
Just
we're
try.
being- yeah. Also, if we're being, couldn't Velkin come to us? That's my question.
true. You know,
Belkin's gone through the gates.
what's he doing? He's dead.
Yeah, did he step off the path? What a loser.
No, he went through the gates at the end. Which,
Ugh.
if you want to get back to your bodies, is also something you can do.
Hmm.
Wait, that'll take us back to our bodies and not to instant permadeath?
No. Not with the way the spell's worded, at least.
Because we're not dead.
Unless you've missed punctuation somewhere, as he like narrows his eyes at it and like leans in.
I swear to God, if you missed another comma, Lyra, this is the last time I
I
copy
did,
your
I
homework.
did not. I did not.
Ah, no, she
Shush.
no, but there is something here. There's a missing apostrophe here that means if you go back that way, you might end up in each other's bodies.
Oh, great.
Ooh. I'm
Well,
waiting.
we can fix
I'm
that.
Not
We
a
can fix that.
goddamn
That's fine.
chance.
I mean, I guess
Not
it
a
wouldn't be that
chance.
bad. It'd be nice
Wait,
not seeing this in the mirror.
If
every
I end
day.
up in someone else's body, do I get to not be a god?
Yes, well, you would continue to not. Your soul would continue to bear godly power, but without the constraints put on the body, they'd likely just explode.
So you'd be back here.
Well, you want to take a cycle and see if I reappear in 30 seconds?
Wait, but wouldn't
Okay,
that kill
okay.
whatever body, like, that would...
Everyone, chill out.
I'm very chill.
Everybody, chill out. Okay.
Okay,
can we
is
try
there
to move
more,
the bed?
or...
I mean, I can
Hello?
try. Then Karak kind of looks at the others to make sure there's no objections because that was it.
Yeah, sure, do it.
All right, let's see. Let's see if I can do this. And Karak tries to use mold earth to extend the path outward, so to speak.
Karak, you do all the gestures, you make all the noises, and there is not a single spark of magic that comes off of your godly person.
Oh. Oh well. It was worth a shot.
Well,
See, I told you
all
I'm a
of my
magic.
ideas involve magic.
What's
Yeah.
We could
considered
climb a
stepping
tree.
off the path? Could we just, like,
Yeah, what
like,
if we sort of
we can't
follow-
change the direction of the path, but, like, what
You
if
know
we
what?
just, like,
I
took
know how we
tree
could make
to
idea.
walk
sure.
on, you know?
Also the tree idea.
If we want to avoid stepping off the path, I bet a well-placed axe strike from Newson could paralyze all of us.
Are you suggesting that we crawl off the path
No.
instead?
We could
Here's
try
the
without being
question.
paralyzed.
If we walk on our hands with our feet in the air, does that count? Because we're not stepping off the path.
There is 0% chance I can do that.
You can.
Yeah, I also cannot do
I'm an
that.
elf.
I mean, I know.
Come
Bro.
on, you never did a handstand?
This is the best possible timeline.
I mean, like, I could probably manage it for, like, maybe, like, a minute. I don't think I could do it however far we have to go.
Do any
What
of you
if-
have the alert feat?
That's a good question.
let's see.
Also, I need to place that.
All I
I
know
can't
is
remember.
that my notes are gone, but I put them in a weird place on my character sheet, and it's possible I just don't know where that is.
Negatory.
Does not look like it.
Hang on, I'm looking at Newsons.
I don't think I took alert. I think I have alert on Squall. I have Sentinel and Tough on Newson.
Wait, does Sentinel prevent you from being surprised?
Mm,
I don't
No.
think so.
Okay,
no,
never
it does
mind.
not.
Everybody roll me perception checks.
Okay.
That's fair.
I was gonna let someone roll
I
one
don't
first.
wanna know.
Jesus.
But wait, hold
Can I
on.
fail this
And I
perception check
don't.
so that I can send
Oh
a
no,
sending message?
I can't. I have danger sense. It gives me an uncanny sense of when things nearby aren't as they should be, giving me an edge to dodge away from danger.
So you roll at advantage.
Okay. That's a barbarian thing, not an
I
alert
knew you
feature
had something,
thing.
but it's been a month,
Yeah.
and I couldn't remember.
I know it's been a minute.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Wow,
Yeah,
you said-
Nero with the crit
Full
fail.
natural one, so yeah.
Just realized the crit numbers don't do the color anymore.
yeah, they don't. I noticed that too.
Probably another plugin. We'll figure it out.
Eh.
Oh, we won't. We got like 5 sessions left.
Oh, good to know.
I was
These
gonna
last
say
5 questions better be real good.
To be fair, I said 5 sessions 25 sessions
5.
ago, so.
Yeah.
so true, bestie.
That's
Newson,
Can I? Okay.
do you want to intentionally fail so you can do a sending message?
Yep.
Who do you
I
want to
sure
send it
do.
to?
I'm sending a message to Brennan to fail Lyra if he doesn't see me ever again. Change the student record.
rude.
Okay.
Rude.
You can't do that because you can't cast spells.
Oh,
But I
now
guess
he's
you,
just bummed.
I guess you thought really hard about it. Newson,
Mm.
Being
I
wrecked.
sure did.
you hear the sound of hoofs on glass. Like hoofbeats on glass. Like
2 hoofs or 4 hoofs?
4 hoofs.
Okay.
Actually, well, several sets of 4 hoofs.
Yeah. Which direction is it coming from?
Behind you. down the path.
The direction that
Away
we came.
from
Well,
the
I guess
gate.
we, I guess we haven't moved.
Away from the gate. You kind of have an
Um,
innate, like, knowledge of which direction the gate is in. The
Got
other
it.
way. I don't really know how to describe it. There's not really like a north, south,
Yeah.
east, west here.
Yeah,
It's like
there's
a
not.
limitless
Yeah.
space.
There's just like back and forward, basically,
Pretty
but
much.
only because it feels that way.
But they are coming from back.
There is something coming, running, maybe horses that way. And she points.
I don't hear
Pharaoh
anything.
kind
I
of
think you're wrong.
Pharaoh kind of tilts his head and looks that way and goes, "Oh shit, you should run."
Run where? It's one path.
Okay, I say we try falling off the path instead of stepping off the path.
I'm just saying, we're
So, like,
surrounded
trust
by
falling
trees.
off the
Maybe.
path.
There
Yeah,
is
but
one other
once you-
future I see for you all.
Wait,
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you manage to beat the Reapers, you could seal their heart. You could seal their nightmares.
oh my gosh, horses!
Night.
I love
ma-
ponies.
Oh, that's
Let's do that.
clever.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that.
How likely
Um,
is that?
Lyra, I'd like to point out
don't
you
have
don't have
magic.
magic. I don't have magic. Karak doesn't have magic. And I don't see Newson's axe.
Mm-hmm.
Well
Right.
then,
I fought with my fist
then
before.
They probably don't have magic either.
What makes you think that?
Besides, I've got like a dagger somewhere, probably. There's like, I think I have a dagger somewhere.
well, good luck.
I love this idea. Okay, or maybe we
I
could,
can't
like,
step onto the path.
we-
I mean, technically, we just have to kill one.
Okay.
What if? Wait, if we just knock them off the horses, they don't have to die. We just have to knock them off the horses and
Yeah.
take them.
Oh, I mean that's a good point. They won't die.
Okay,
Not
I also
permanently.
have another
Oh.
idea. I think that Pharaoh should stand there and I should get on his shoulders. That's the
ride
idea.
Pharaoh?
And then I
Really, that would
and then
work.
I work with horses. It should work with
Are you corporeal? Nusa kind of like reaches, like swings her arm wide towards Pharaoh.
He bats your hand away.
Oh shit, he is physical. Oh wait, no, we're all the same thing.
totally.
Yeah, we're all dead.
But this would
None of
work.
us are
This would
corporeal.
totally work.
So you could carry us.
Yeah, just carry it.
I am still limited by my very mortal limitations.
You're not mortal though. Why would you be limited by mortal limitations?
I would prefer not to spend the rest of my afterlife crushed under the weight of 2
Ugh.
minotaurs.
You're so lame.
Okay, you can choose.
Is this
Okay,
how? Is this how it
you
always
can
is?
just
Fine,
Well,
Newson. You know what?
choose-
You're
choose
totally
who you
right. If
carry.
you have faith that I won't drop you, hop on.
When someone dies.
Nusa kind of like
Okay,
looks
well, I
Pharaoh
think
up
it's
and down.
I think
Pharaoh
I mean,
has a
technically,
brief moment of
feet-
indecision, wondering if you're actually gonna jump or not.
if my feet never touch the ground, even if I fall on top of you and crush you, I'll be okay.
Wow.
He takes a big step back.
So, can the Reapers step off the path, or are they stuck on the path too?
Oh, the Reapers can travel freely.
Well, then where are we gonna run to?
We're-
Our
We
The
might as
nightmares that
well
they
fight
have.
them.
Ponies are really fast.
Look, guys, as far as I see it, there's one option. You
Mhm.
roll the dice, I go back through that gate, and the Reapers aren't after you anymore.
I mean,
I
I
guess
think they'll
that's
still be here
fair.
trying to attack people. It's just that you are
But
a beacon.
Oh,
They
I don't
are
know,
here
because
for
they
me.
want you. Yeah, they do want Elliot.
we also
I-
still need their horses though. Like we don't have another way of getting off the path.
Maybe we could just ask nicely.
yeah.
It's a shame you don't have the sword.
We could just ask nicely.
So which sword?
Sword.
The Blackthorn sword.
Oh yeah, no, that's melted, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think I disintegrated that. No more magic. Well, I did disintegrate. Yeah, no magic. What would the sword help?
Well,
Well, it had like thousands of souls in it.
I have this.
Yeah, those souls are gone now.
Are they?
That's going to be a long conversation. We can talk about it later, Karak.
No, but I mean, like, if they're gone, where would they have gone off to?
I believe what my former pupil is implying is that he destroyed thousands of souls.
I did.
Oh.
Well,
Okay, I thought just the canister that, like, the sword itself was destroyed and the
Thousands?
souls just went somewhere, and maybe here because we're all souls.
I'm trying not to make you feel bad.
What's the likelihood that I could just convince them to give us a horse?
Okay, what if? Okay, I have an idea. Let's set up a tripwire across the path, and then stand behind it.
And what's the
and be like,
tripwire gonna
"What?
do?
You
Trip
can't
the
catch us."
horses?
Yeah, it'll launch.
What part of
Yeah,
tripwire
it'll
don't
launch
you
the
understand,
Reapers off of
Susan?
their horses.
Do horses
and then
A
we'll
trip?
trip
Yeah.
wire.
Tripwire.
Do horses often trip on wire? I thought
It's a
tripwires
very
were supposed to like.
complex-
No. You're
Oh.
not gonna gaslight me. Tripwires trip traps. They don't trip you.
As you're talking about this, you hear these hoofbeats round this corner, and you just hear Pharaoh go, "Oh, they have a shepherd with them." And when you look back, Newton, he is just disappearing into the fog.
Oh, good.
Yeah, no.
Abandoned by our friends as usual.
As
Okay. Does anyone have string?
as you're standing
No,
here,
we don't have anything.
these
We're dead.
these knights in this dark plate armor on these pitch charcoal black horses with eyes like embers and manes like flames kind of trot up and begin trotting around you in a circle. As one of them, presumably the shepherd, based on the long crook that he seems to be holding at the side of his horse, steps off his horse and walks up and looks at you, Elliot.
Hello.
Can I steal his horse?
He did get off the horse.
He got off his horse.
Do you want to move towards it, Lyra?
Yeah.
And I body block her so that they don't notice her moving towards it.
You can try, but I'm gonna tell you that their roll's insane here.
Okay.
I think you'll like what happens though.
Okay, so I'm rolling like stealth.
Roll stealth at disadvantage
Okay.
because there's literally no cover.
I'm
and you're
giving
being
the
watched.
health action.
That's true.
though.
Roll normal.
I'm the cover.
Normal?
Roll normal.
Yeah. Okay.
Ah, yes.
So...
Lyra, as you move towards it, and
Lyra's not speaking.
Elliot says hello, the voice from under this helmet is a voice familiar to all of you but Karak. As it says, Lyra Dream Shadow, do not touch my horse. As the shepherd lifts off their helmet, and it's Bodril. And that's where we'll end our session.
Well, now it makes a lot of sense.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna steal his horse, even though he told me not to.
I mean, to be clear, Bodril has made repeated appearances as a shepherd so far.
Yep, yeah, he has.
All right. Did everybody have fun? We're finally back.
Yes.
Yeah. We finally got
yeah.
to a decision. Hopefully we remember what we were doing this week the next time we play.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was rough. I was like, I do not remember what happened.
It's fine. Today was
Slowly
just
came
about
back, though.
getting back.
Slowly
It's
came
just about getting back into it.
Yes, yeah.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Thank you to all of our wonderful players. We have Lulin Boldspeaker, played by.
Hi, it's me, Brembo. The teacher always beats the students. Fuck you, Ethan.
Ah.
Then we have Elliot Burning Oak, played by.
What is your favorite part?
Oh, yeah.
I
No, he
that.
said
The
it.
teacher.
He said
It
it.
was the teacher always
Yeah.
beats the students. Fuck
Yeah.
you, Newsen. That was his favorite part.
Oh. Oh, sorry.
Then we have
sorry, I thought it
Elliot
was
Burning
the
Oak, played by.
That's
It's
the
me.
tagline.
Isaac.
Mm.
I have no more taglines than Isaac. And I
Yeah.
think my favorite part is where we discussed whether or not we could use Mold Earth for 15 minutes before someone tried to use Mold Earth.
Oh god.
And then we have.
Admittedly, I am partially to
I
blame.
still don't understand. I don't understand what was or what the solution, like the implied solution was. I thought that was it.
Allow me to rephrase. Choo choo.
Railroad, I get it.
Hey, nobody wants to get off if it's a roller coaster. All I'm gonna say.
Yeah, you know you're not wrong.
Then we have Leo Dream Shadow, played by.
Rosie, one Rosie CS on the internet, and my favorite part about today was Sky breaking character to berate me about what a trip line is, what a trip wire is. That was just me who said that and meant something else, I guess.
It's a tripwire. You use it to trip people.
Anyway.
Now you use it to trip a trap.
Then we have News and World
As soon as
Walker.
you said it, I was like, oh, you're right.
Then we have News and World Walker, played by.
It's me, the Sky Team. My favorite part was contemplating whether I did or didn't want to jump on Pharaoh.
I was gonna make him roll an athletics check. That could have gone real bad.
Could have.
Probably would
But it
have,
would have
to
been
be
funny.
honest. It would have been funny. And then last but not least, we have Karakareem, played by.
Hello, it's Dominion Link BT, and my favorite part was in a show of brilliance, Karak thinking, you know, I should be a locksmith again. Let's change the fucking locks.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That was such a good idea.
Fair,
You know,
very fair.
experience.
We need to be locksmiths before we become lumberjacks.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
As always, everybody, I'm PT, your disaster tour guide, and this is the Disaster Tour. We will be back next Monday with another episode of Bits, Crits, and Halfwits. For now, I'm going to send you off to Too Hard the Bard, playing some 7 Days to Die. So, Sky, can you do a raid message for me real quick?
Yes, I can.
While we, hang out, good session back. Oh, finally back. It only took us a month.
Yeah.
Longer
half.
than anticipated. Anyways, everybody, have fun with Too Hard the Bard, and until next time, be good to yourselves, be good to the world, and good night. Have a wonderful time.